curious what you think of Brandon Aubrey and some of the stuff that he's been able to do in his short career as well, and what he's done for the kicking profession.
Yeah, he's been very impressive. Yeah, it's been almost fun watching him. Some of the attempts he's had. I listened to his interview with Pat McAfee the other day or last week, and he's got a great mindset, and I think he's got some of the mindsets that's made kickers play for a long time. So if he keeps that up and keeps kicking like that, he'll be playing for a very, very long time as well.
I know last week is what it is with how it ended in the kick getting blocked, but can you picture a world in which you tell Matt, hey, just get to the 50 and snap it and I'll boom one?
I used to be like that, yes. I'm a little older now, but and I wouldn't say Green Bay's not a dome, and it's
right.
So.
But you're playing there this week.
Yeah, no. We go over that every game, depending on which way we're kicking. There's the wind there, if there's the warm out, there's no wind, and we go through those lines, and I have no problem attempting certain kicks from the 50-yard line. Yes, it just obviously depends on the situation.
What do you think's changed, Brett? Like back when you were young in the league, like 55, that was a big kick. Now it's like nothing. I mean, even you pregame it here at Lambeau, there was 63 and made in pregame. I mean, what's changed?
It's a good question. I know kickers in general are more specialized when they come out of high school into college. Like when I played quarterback, safety, and I was a kicker. I think there's a lot less of that. So I think a lot of these guys have been kicking for a lot longer, and so they're more accurate. And so it's allowed coaches to kind of stretch that line. Back in the long times ago, I know they didn't have that strong of a legs, but now with the way the technique that with the soccer style kicking. If you remember, Tom Dempsey made a 63 with the half a foot, and it's just I think as the coaches have got more comfortable with kickers being more accurate, obviously they're pushing that line back, and with kickers I think being more specialized coming out have garnered that confidence from the coaches.
On the other side, though, Aubrey this week, he wasn't specialized. He was playing college soccer, sitting on a couch. What do you think of that whole story?
Right, but I told you, not many people have his mindset, and the ones who play a long time have his mindset, the way he thinks about things, and that's all that matters. I mean, if anyone has the right mindset to do anything in this world, there's a good chance they could be successful. A lot of times, people might complain about something or look for excuses, and just listen to him speak. Was fun, just how he's a totally field guy, and no kick's actually the same. You have the chance to listen to it, but he talks how every time he swings, he doesn't watch film of himself because every kick is different. It's all more of a feel thing to him, and he believes that he's the best, and just like I believe I'm the best every time I step on the field, it allows us to play freely.
Where can you kick further, Denver or a dome?
Denver's not the answer either for me. It's warm, hot weather, and I prefer grass than turf. So it could be Miami, it could be Tampa, it could be the Raiders is the dome, which is grass, but it's still warm in there. Denver, when I played there, I was never able to kick a longer field goal in Denver than I was in Florida when it's hot. But kickoff, I think, helps you a little bit because you're running into the ball. It's more of a full swing. You can kick off further in Denver, but I was never able to kick a field goal further in Denver.
Why do you prefer grass over turf?
I would similarly. I think a golfer would prefer hitting it off of a nice maintained grass than a turf mat. It's just more consistent feel for me, and it just allows me to. If you ever have a golf club and let's say you hit the ground first just before the ball, the turf might bounce the club up and you'd hit the ball versus grass, you take a divot through the ball. It's similar with my foot. If I hit the turf early, and the turf will bounce your foot up and you might hit more of the middle of the ball where you don't want to hit. And I've always been a grass guy. And there's a lot of kickers who prefer turf because it's a flat surface versus when we play on fields like in Cleveland, and it's not just Cleveland. A lot of grass fields, old stadiums, they still have the big mounds, the crowning of the fields. So obviously that's not great if you're kicking because you're running uphill or downhill on certain fields versus the turf field is flat. But to me, the grass is such a superior product for me.
Hey, Brandon, obviously when something like last week happens, everyone's going to blow everything out of proportion, like, oh, the kicking game or this or that. But what has the conversations been like in terms of the operation and trying to, strengthen that going into this weekend for the rest of the season after what happened?
Yeah, obviously it's an important play as we know. We knew that going in, that anytime you have a chance to score points, whether it's a 2-point conversion, it's an extra point, or a field goal, you need everyone working together. It does take all 11. So we continue to harp on that, and just got to do it. Every time I'm on the field, I have the expectation that I'm going to make the kick, and the confidence that I have out there, trying to instill in everyone that's how we got to operate, just as a high-level, efficient machine. So.
What have you most enjoyed about Rich as a special teams coach?
His tutelage, his knowledge. He's a fiery guy, but he's kind of he might hate if I sign he's a strong word, but he might not like that I say he's kind of a player's coach, because he'll get on your butt, but also he's the one that'll hug you and love you, and does a great job mentoring a lot of players, and he's been phenomenal to work with.
Breaking down Sunday, Matt said he thought the edge pressure might have nicked it and affected the trajectory. Do you think any of that played a role, and what did you think of the trajectory of the game?
The kick didn't go in. Like I said, every time I step on the field, I expect to make it. When I said after the game, I thought when I kicked it, I was happy with what at least the product I was trying to put on the field, and they blocked it and didn't go in. So.
Would you say kicking as a whole is it more art or science?
For me, art. A lot of art for me. I know. Like when I talked earlier about them specializing, they're going to more science. And when I spoke about Aubrey earlier, he just kind of came off the couch. It's more art. It's a great question. You are a painter out there, and especially here in Green Bay as it gets colder and windier. There's certain spots in the stadium that I'm picking out where I'm trying to kick the ball to, and so you're kind of guiding the brush, like you're saying. So I would definitely say for me specifically more art. Yeah.
Did you like that part of it?
Huh?
Did you like that part of it? That challenge?
Of course. Yeah. It doesn't become monotonous at time, but I've kicked a lot of footballs in my life over the years, and I said that's one thing I loved about when I came here last year, the youthfulness of this team, and you have a lot of fun out here with these guys. And it's a tough business. The NFL stands for many things, not for long being one of them. And you try to come and show up to work, have fun every day with these guys, bust your butt, and challenging yourself all the time will help you get better throughout your career.